But so we go with Haney. Matter of fact, we end off with Haney and Shakur. So Mexicans are duck proof. You know what I'm saying? And I was listening to, I think it was Bruce. No, it was Bruce and Coach Malachi and shit, man. And I was listening to both of them, and they were saying that bad. I'm gonna feed you in a minute. Come here. This nigga just had a Biscoff cookie, 1,000 treats. This steroids got y'all boy. He gained a lot of weight now. He had lost 5 pounds. I was like, them motherfucking then probably gained 10. But yeah. So I was hearing somebody say that, and you know that it was Bruce that was saying that. Shout out to Bruce MFA. He was saying that the boxing got messed up because the Latino community allowed Mexicans to duck. You know, you see with Virgil Ortiz, he was allowed to duck. And I told y'all, I was the first person who told y'all that the beef with Oscar De La Hoya wasn't real. They did that. I had a homie out there in LA, and they did that when it came to Canelo fighting Sergey Derevchenko. They started a beef, and then Canelo basically got stripped of the IBF, and people really didn't talk about it because, you know, it was a golden boy beef. But he was scared to fight Derevchenko, so he dropped the belt. So they did the same thing with Virgil Ortiz. You know, all of a sudden you see Virgil Ortiz started to talk when it became fight week for Xander Zayas and Jerome Boots Ennis. He came out of hiding. So this a play that Golden Boy always pulled. They didn't believe he could beat Jerome Boots Ennis. And I get it. Him and Ryan Garcia is they top fighters. Virgil Ortiz don't sell nothing. And that's just the God honest truth. And you know, they have been to Vidas. And guess what? You know, boxing, you know, Mexicans, you know, they protect Mexicans in boxing. They give them all the glory and the power in boxing. Guess what? You can't blame Tank Davis. Because the Mexicans they not doing the same thing that the black fighters is doing. You know what I'm saying? They not doing the same thing that the black fighters is doing. They not fighting. They gave Virgil Ortiz a pass. Nobody blasted Virgil Ortiz. Do y'all notice how quiet the media was when Virgil Ortiz and Golden Boy faked that beef? How quiet they was. Nobody really blasted Virgil Ortiz. Nobody blasted Eddie Reynoso for all those fighters who popped hot. Nobody blasted Eddie Reynoso for that. Still won't, but they're going to talk about, Victor Conte. And when they bring up Victor Conte and Snack, they don't bring up Bam Rodriguez. They don't bring up Mikey Garcia. They don't bring up Mario Barrios. They only bring up select fighters to try to shut people up. That's because these promoters and these sanction belt bodies, they protect Mexican fighters. They run the sport. Even though they don't have no real top fighters. And, you know, like Bruce said, you got Bam Rodriguez, you know, who can say, well, I'm not ready to fight Nayu Inoue, and nobody call him a duck. You know what I'm saying? He should be able to move up another weight class. What's the problem? What's the problem with him not being able to move up another weight class? Why can he get grace? Oh, he's small. He's not ready. No, regardless, he should have to go up there and have to fight Nayu Inoue. You know, and that continues to be the problem within the boxing community. Now the Latinos are allowed to duck. The Latinos are allowed to be with Snack. They're allowed to train with former performance-enhancing drug guys who got caught, and nobody says nothing. Eddie Reynoso had about 5 or 6, 7 fighters that was affiliated with him or sponsored by him that popped hot. And nobody's opening an investigation about it. Nobody opens the investigation about Ryan Garcia popping hot, Ryan Garcia missing weight, Ryan Garcia saying fuck the belts, Ryan Garcia losing the role. He didn't get a title shot. Based on what merit? Nobody says nothing when Canelo has the WB. It's undisputed. Don't want to fight Benavidez. We all know if Benavidez had that belt, that Canelo wouldn't have went for undisputed. and Canelo get to hold on undisputed as long as possible, and it don't get stripped. And don't get stripped. But as soon as, he can move up and down and still hold the belt, but as soon as Rigondeaux, move up and take a chance versus Lomachenko, they strip him when they told him they wasn't going to strip him. So at what point does the system really benefit you? You got to ask yourself, at what point does the system really benefit you if you're not a Hispanic or a white fighter? It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't. And boxing is so mid because the Mexicans are allowed to duck, but then we get them a pass. They don't talk about them ducking each other. They don't go hard on Virgil. They don't go hard on Canelo for fucking up the game. If he'd have faced a boxing, why didn't he pass the torch to David Benavidez? That was a fight that boxing needed. That was a real fight that boxing needed. They duck proof. They can pop hot. Morales popped hot. Y'all forget Morales popped hot. Right before the second Danny Garcia fight, it wasn't a big deal. Ryan popped hot. It wasn't a big deal. And then these black fighters don't speak out on nothing. And I feel it. I understand why they don't speak out on nothing, because they scared of they Hispanic massa. I book and dance for massa. I jigga boo and cut up, rug up for massa. I get it. But ain't none of these dudes got the balls to really stand up. Crawford stood up once he retired and dropped the belt. I mean, that was smart. But they all don't have to fight each other. And then, Virgil Ortiz, they feel so entitled in boxing. They feel like, I can just come and force Boots to fight me when I feel like it. But I can make Boots fight me because I feel like it. Then everybody gonna call Boots a duck, and Boots ducking me now. And no, they love to do that shit. When you on your way up and the fight is beneficial for you, they don't give you no opportunities. None. They don't get no black fighter. A black fighter got to earn his opportunities, and when he earns his way to the top, then it's supposed to be, you got to give Canelo an opportunity if you Floyd Mayweather, or you got to give Virgil the opportunity. You got to give Virgil the opportunity if you Jerron Ennis. Nah, for what? What we giving these dudes opportunities for? They won't even look my way when I'm ready to fight. But it's supposed to be, when they ready to fight, it's supposed to be, because when they ready, like, nah. When it's your time to get in there, if your time to shine and your time to fight, these Mexicans be quiet. They be ducking. When but when you get the glory, you go to hard work, and you do all the work, they want to meet you at the finish line. They want to meet you at the finish line. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When are we going to start saying these Mexicans need to fight? Yeah, Virgil is a snack fighter. When we going to start saying these Mexicans need to fight? That's the question I got. There's so many of these motherfuckers ducking right now. When we gonna start saying Hector need to fight? That's real talk. Hector Fondora, Hector Ortiz. Come on. When we gonna start saying they need to fight each other? I ain't know Hector's this big, Munguia, he popped hot. Ryan Garcia, come on, popped hot. Ain't trying to fight nobody. Ain't nobody buying that Conor Ben fight. They throwing money down the drain. Get T.O. credit. T.O. fight. He will fight you. But him and Rolando Romero, like, T.O. just got washed. He just got watched. How's he fighting for another title fight? They always look out for Hector. Come on. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit is crazy, dog. The shit is crazy. It's real crazy. They can duck and dodge and wait at the finish line for a black fighter. Then these promoters, they be paying the content creators and paying these bots to cyberbullying black fighters into giving them a shot, giving them lucrative deals to get them an opportunity. You be fighting these juiced up Hectors, and they still be getting their ass whooped. You be fighting these juiced up Hectors, and they still get their ass whooped. I know y'all ain't too naive to not to believe that they've been letting Hector juice against black fighters. Hector probably be in car, or Hector don't even have to really give in a real drug test. They've been letting Hector cheat, and Hector still get his ass beat. Hector still be getting beat on. They let Hector cheat, Hector juice, Hector put shit up their gloves, shit up their ass. They let Hector do everything, and Hector still get the beats by DeAndre. They still lose. All that clenbuterol. And Hector stay losing. Hector stay losing. Hector's all that shit, all that meat, all that juice, switching from fucking Shaqs to fucking Reeboks, and they still losing. Come out to all that circus music, it's like the ice cream truck coming, and still getting their ass whooped. Motherfucker got 31 flavors of steroids in their ass and still getting beat on. Nigga got Snack, Balco, Area 51 spaceship juice up there and still be getting beat on. What Travis Gotti say? He said Mexicans play all that soccer, still ain't got no motherfucking footwork. I was laughing when that nigga said that. He said Mexicans play all that soccer and still ain't got no motherfucking footwork. Check my footwork. You ain't got these. When that on ATL. Hector kicked that ball all up the field and still can't, got no footwork in boxing. Come on, man. Hector need to start hustling and line dancing and shit. Come on, man. They do all that shit they be talking.